Hot Wheels in a half shell. This is your look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hot Wheels cars. Now, this humbled reviewer did rather well for himself this Merry Christmas past. One such gift that I certainly did want to open up and show you guys in this video was I got all the Hot Wheels Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cars. I got all 5, the complete set of 5, and I did also get myself the party wagon. And I thought instead of just opening this up on my couch, I would open this up on camera and we could talk a little bit about this. Have you guys had a good Christmas? Hopefully everybody had a safe and healthy Christmas. Let me know down below in the comment section some of the things that you guys got this Christmas time. Now, of course, we're going to go through all of these. I could show you guys the packaging and then take a cut away and come back and show you guys the revealed cars, but instead I would actually do something a little bit different. I would open these up on camera, sort of like Christmas morning. Now, this is the set of 5 cars, so we get all 5 of the Turtles cars, plus we do get ourselves the party wagon. Now, the party wagon was a separate thing, but I did get myself all 5 of the Turtles die-cast cars. I was actually really looking forward to these. As you can see, each one of them have their respected turtle brother, presented here on the packaging, all done in their same familiar color scheme as well. So Michelangelo's, or Leonardo's I should say, of course has the blue packaging here, and you can see he's ripping his way through the package. Pretty much what I'm going to be doing in a second. This particular one is called the Rogue Hog. Flip around on the back and all the various cars. Now the Leonardo, there's Michelangelo's, Donatello, Raphael, and then the party van, the Surfing School Bus. And again, of course, we're going to be looking at the party wagon as well. Really was excited to get these. I'm going to go ahead and open up the first one, being, of course, Leonardo, the leader of the group. Some of those collectors of Hot Wheels probably would want to be more favoring keeping these sealed, but I'm one that generally likes to open up my Hot Wheels and get enjoyment out of rolling them across my desk. I like to keep them all stored, and I have myself a little Hot Wheels collectible case. I don't know if I've actually shown that on camera before. Nonetheless, though, for Leonardo, this is the Rogue Hog. I do like the fact that he gave us this translucent green plastic. Does it actually open and close? I don't know. I've not actually opened this before. It kind of looks like it should open up. It looks like there's hinges on the sides. I don't know if you just lift this up, if this cover comes off. The last thing I certainly would want to do is break this off. Maybe it's not supposed to come off. Maybe it just looks like it's supposed to come off. It's quite a low-riding vehicle with quite large tires. A nice little touch. I do like that they added the metallic green on the rims. You can see there's Leonardo on one side. Flipping around on the other, there is him on the other side. A little shell there located also on the front. The additional chrome is a nice touch also. But nothing really does open and close on this. While this body feels like it's plastic, I think the majority of all these are plastic. Definitely a plastic underbody. Flip this around so you guys can see. I did have it the right way, the first time around. You can see there's Hot Wheels and Rogue Hog. That's a nice one. That is definitely a nice looking car. We're going to try also going through these by proper number. So Leonardo was first. We'll move on then to Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael, and of course the Surfing Bus. And then I think last we'll probably leave the party wagon because that was the one I was most excited for. But certainly as it goes for vehicles, that's a snazzy looking car that Leonardo is driving around in. On to car number 2. This is 2 of 5. As you can see, there's Michelangelo. He looks rather aggressive. I'm not used to seeing Michelangelo so angry like this. But he's definitely taking his car quite serious. His car is the Midnight Auto. When I think Auto, I automatically think of Otto from Simpsons. Maybe this is something that Otto would be driving as well. The back of the packaging is exactly the same. The little sad onion face is telling you it's not recommended for ages 0 to 3. Not really much of anything else on the back here. So without further ado, let's open up the Midnight Auto. I'm probably pronouncing that a little bit more than I needed to do, but go ahead and open this up. And again, if you really did want to keep these sealed, I suppose you probably could get yourself a second set of these, because the packaging is nice. There are a couple of die-cast cars, or in this case plastic cars, from Hot Wheels that I have kept still sealed on card and have that hanging on my wall. As for the next car, we have, of course, Michelangelo's Joyride. There it is right there. Looks like he's scarfing down some pizza. Careful, Michelangelo. It looks like you just splattered some pizza sauce all around you. Two slices of pizza. He's got still that familiar shell. If you compare it to Michelangelo or Leonardo's, you can see they both have that white shell. He's got it on the front. Michelangelo sort of has it in the same place as well. I mean, about the same, not quite the same length of vehicle. Mikey's would be a little bit taller. And how Leonardo's was, of course, all done in blue. Michelangelo's is a really nice looking orange. I would almost even say it's closer to being a golden yellow. Of course, the rims, again, are all done in green. I like the touches of that. There's the back of it. Lots of good-looking chrome here. But again, all of it feels like it's plastic. Even like the top of it feels like it's all comprised of plastic. But again, that's okay. It keeps the cost down on these, at least. You can't quite make out anything going on the inside. He's got tinted windows. But a nice-looking car. These are all rolling quite easily as well. I mean, Hot Wheels never really have any issues when it comes to rolling their tires. He has smaller tires, of course, than Leonardo. Leonardo's is a little bit more like a sports car sort of tire. And Michelangelo's is kind of more the traditional Hot Wheels tire spokes that I think of when I usually think of like the old Hot Wheels toys that I used to have as a kid. Oh, and also there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle on the top there, logo, which Leonardo's had theirs, also his on the front of his, I don't know if you would call this a windshield, a windscreen, or if you would just consider this like a domed covering. But he also has the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the top there, and the Hot Wheels logo is in the white. Michelangelo's here is in the green. That's a nice looking car, though. On to Donnie next. Donnie is number 3 of 5, and we have a much more relaxed looking Donatello versus Michelangelo. Again, I'm drawing your attention to how angry Michelangelo looks on his packaging. Again, a rather familiar color. Something I actually didn't even mention earlier, but you can see that the background is comprised of different, I don't know if it's actually pulled from the cartoon, or if Hot Wheels actually just used all of these images, made up all these images for themselves, but as you can see there, they all are made up of the little drawings of the turtles. And there's even like a little foot soldier right there. That's pretty cool. But we'll go ahead and open up Donnie next. Certainly this is not a video on tips of how to open properly a Hot Wheels car. I've seen some people actually, I think they add like nail polish remover or something to the glue so it softens up the glue. But I'm just somebody that's going to be ripping these opening and keeping them on display for myself. I like this one quite a bit. I don't know if I would say that this is the kind of car that I would expect to see Donatello driving around in. It seems awfully sporty. Awfully sporty. If anything, I probably would have given this one maybe to Michelangelo and maybe given more the hot rod to Donatello possibly. He has got a longer vehicle. He does have similar to his brother Leo. Again, the dome covering on Leo's, he has that same similar familiar green done on the windshield on his. You can see the inside has a steering wheel, a couple of seats, so he can sit himself as well as maybe April O'Neil. But again, like this is all plastic. Spokes, again, are done in, it's not even quite green either. It's almost like it's silver spokes, and then they just added like a green tint to it. I don't know what specifically Donatello is doing right here. It's almost like he's ready to paint a painting, and he's like, whereas, sometimes painters hold up their hands trying to get everything in the proper frame, and then they start painting. Kind of looks like he's doing that. Weird. Very weird. Actually, on the other side, it's the exact same. I guess maybe the idea is that his staff would be down here, and you were just obviously not seeing it. But it's all done in a real nice glitter purple. And you've got the Turtles logo there on the back, as well as Hot Wheels. I like this one. I don't know if I would say, again, it's really something Donatello would drive, but it's actually a nice looking car. Sorry, it seemed like I was choking up there for a second. By the way, Donatello's car was Roadster with multiple R's, at least 3 R's. Roadster. I don't know why I didn't mention that before. Moving on to Raphael. Raphael is number 4 of 5. And again, we're going back to real angry-looking turtles. That's quite an angry-looking Raphael. I'm curious, by the way. I'm just holding up Michelangelo's just for an example. Yeah, it does look like they're using the exact same card on the back. All the characters are in the exact same place. just different shades of color of the orange and the red. This one is called the Vanster. And I would imagine if you're going to be thinking Raphael, you're probably going to be giving him a rather large set of wheels, and maybe the Vanster is a perfect fit for Raphael. Let's go ahead and open this one up. Again, I hope everybody had a safe and Merry Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate. Let me know down below in the comments section some of the things that you guys actually got for Christmas. As for Raphael's car here, the Vanster, it's definitely a van. Very futuristic looking van. The top almost again looks like stuff should be moving on it. I guess I'm starting to forget what Hot Wheels really do. There occasionally are things that move on these cars, but a lot of times it's basically just the car itself. I love the size of its grille. I mean, that is something, if it's driving down the street and you're in the way of it, you better get out of the way of it. Rather angry looking Raphael again on the side. You would imagine his sigh would be on either side on the tires there. I guess if the sigh were actually there, he'd be poking into the rubber and breaking the tires as we speak. Kind of looks like he's got all these little slashes on the top there as well. Again, you've got the little shell located at the back section of the car. It's a real bright red vehicle. The black really does a great job of accenting this. This sort of looks like something I would expect to see like in a futuristic cop movie, where this would be coming in and all the troops would be offloading off the side of the vehicle, like this door would open up, for example. Again, it's all plastic. There's no die cast from what I can tell or feel on this. It all feels like it's just plastic, of course, on the main body and then the underbelly there. There we go. And you got 2013 Mattel. Ironically enough, this is 2013. Obviously, this model wasn't made specifically for the Turtles, but like all the packaging on these, I think they actually date them at 2000. Yeah, right there, 2000. I don't know if you can see it or not. There it is, 2020. So these are newer releases, but again, like all the models of cars, it would be safe to assume that they're all using older models. This one just happens to be 2013. That's a nice looking vehicle, and just again compare it to some of the other ones that we looked at. It's about the same length as Donatello's, obviously quite a bit higher. Bring in Leonardo's, again, about the same length, just a lot higher. And then again, we'll just bring in Michelangelo's. Same idea, same rules apply. I like this one. I don't know if I would say it's my favorite. My favorite so far might actually be either Leo's or Donnie's. Let's have a look now at the next one. And obviously the next one happens to also be the last one, as this one is 5 of 5. This one is basically just a collective of all the 4 turtles. This one is called the Surfin School Bus. And if ever there be a vehicle I could imagine the turtles driving around in modern times, it would be something like this, a longer bus like this. We'll go ahead and open this one up. For me, the one I was most excited for was probably this one, the Party Wagon above all else, but that's not really part of this set of 5. I think it came out around the same time. As a gift, certainly, I got all 5 of these, plus I got the Party Wagon. But the Surfin Bus definitely looks like something the turtles would be driving. On the side, you've got foot stinks. And on the top there, you've got Hot Wheels. It's misleadingly light. I mean, when you pick this up and you think it's going to be about a little heavier than the others, it's not that much heavier, really, than the Vanster. It is considerably longer, mind you. But I do like the coloring on this quite a bit. It's got the yellow there on the front. Very Party Wagon familiar colors. Nice grille on the front there. I don't know how fast this thing actually would be going, but judging by the exhaust on the side, it looks like he's got these giant engines also located on the back. And if the turtles do want to go surfing, it does have these little surfboards, which obviously don't look like they're removable. Probably you could take these off if you wanted to, but I asked myself that question, why would you want to? I do like the fact that they added some translucent plastic there around the top sections of the tires. So that adds a little bit of extra something. I do also like that they used a metallic green. For the majority of all the aspects that are green on this are all done in metallic. And it's even got a little bit of a glitter sheen to it. Of course, the large turtles emblem there on the front, and then on the other side, or on the one side. And then on the other side, you've got foot stinks. I like that that's nice, bright color, done in white, done in a nice, bold black outlining. Really like this one. This might actually be my favorite of the batch. Of course, excluding the Party Wagon. which of course then brings us to the party wagon. There it is right down below. This is from the HW Hot Wheels Screen Time. This is 4 of 10 and not technically part of the 5 turtle vehicle sets that we just had a look at. You can see at the top there's a nice image of the party wagon, the 4 turtle brothers, done more in that cartoon style. And this one here happens to be 39 out of 250. Doesn't have anything on the back. Doesn't give you a read-up or anything like that. It just says 4 of 10. Sad onions again. Not recommend for ages 0 to 3. But this was the one I was really the most looking forward to. When I opened this up, I sort of like looked through all the turtles and I'm like, oh, those are cool. Those are cool. And then when I saw this, I'm thinking, wow, that is definitely something I've wanted for a long time. I just never had a chance to pick it up. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this one. And eventually, maybe I may pick up another one of these, just so I could simply have one sealed, and then the other one I could keep loose. It is definitely Party Wagon. It's all, again, plastic undercarriage, plastic on the top there as well. But, I mean, it has enough going for it that it does have the familiar aspects of the Party Wagon. For example, the top cannons that are located on the top, the little satellite dish, little back spoiler. There are things, admittingly, yes, could have been added to this that this is sadly lacking. For example, these side doors, for example, I would have maybe gone in there and done those in orange instead of just having them the same color as the rest of the vehicle. Obviously, these wouldn't have been able to be up further because that would be something that could break, but I would have probably painted the red on the front of it because only red you're seeing is on the top of the actual hood. As for the spoiler is pretty good. The back really does lack a lot of the additional yellow paint. I mean, it gets it up here, but it loses all the effect that it's trying to pull off by this being a separate part to the vehicle by not painting the back of it. Leaving that the same color of green really does, well, it does leave it slightly less looking like a spoiler. It does look like it from the front, but again, when you look at it from the back, it just looks like it's part of the exact same mold. I don't know if it kind of looks like they used the sticker, but it's not something I could peel off. They just painted it on, but unfortunately, like the yellow doesn't quite align itself with the yellow that they used for the rest of the vehicle. I mean, these are all small little concerns, not certainly enough to ruin my feeling of this. I just love the fact that we finally get ourselves a little party wagon. It's got, of course, the front tire there, the spare tire done with the turtles, the headlights, and, of course, the grimaced face down below on that front bumper. Bumper's a little on the dark side. I mean, it obviously is the same color as this, and it seems almost like it's the same color. Let's bring this in. Seems like it's also the same color as the Surfin Bus. I probably would have made that also a lighter color, probably closer to this color right here, but other than that, I mean, it's really neat to finally get, and the fact that Hot Wheels are doing so many of these smaller movie cartoon-inspired vehicles. We've gone, of course, with it with the Ninja Turtles. We've got it with the He-Man. They're doing a lot of like the He-Man vehicles. Very, very cool. I even like the fact that they've tinted the windows so you can't see in. By far, this one is my favorite. I mean, it's missing some elements to it. Even like the little taillights aren't painted in red, but all the rest of it makes it look very convincing, I feel, to look like the party wagon. Of course, not counting this one because this one wasn't part of the set of 5. I think my favorite of the batch is probably still the Surfin Bus. And then as for the Turtle Brothers, I might actually say my favorite is maybe Donatello's. Just kind of like the way it doesn't look like something he would drive necessarily, but I think that's a neat, schwanky looking car. Definitely a different video this time around. It wasn't a case where I was going to be pausing this and, you know, opening these all up. And I figured it would be more fun just to rip open the package and just have a little bit of fun. But today we were having a look at some Ninja Turtle Hot Wheels cars that I got as a gift for Christmas. We had a look at all the 5 Turtle Brother vehicles, and then we had a look at the standalone party wagon. What did you guys get for Christmas? Let me know down below in the comments section. And also, if you're new to this channel, let the gift you give yourself this year be to subscribe to this channel, to hit that bell notification, and to keep your peepers peeled, as Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when new videos will be coming soon to this channel. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.